So anyway, so what's your plans for the future then? We've been talking about what's been going on.
Oh my God, what am I doing? I'm working on my 10th album.
Yeah.
I'm co-writing with Boy George for the 10th album, not on all the songs. Working with producers called Love Rush UK, who are very...
I've heard of them,
21 years
of
age, very young DJs. I'm going very dance on this next album.
Yeah.
I've got a tour coming up in the new year.
Yeah.
I'm writing my autobiography.
Oh, will I get a mention? Will I get a mention
sure
in the
will.
autobiography? I've met this
Especially
idiot.
if I tattoo your bum. Live on the air.
On the air. Oh my God, that'd be a charity event, mate.
So a lot coming up, a lot coming up, and 10th album, tour, promotion.
Yeah.
That's the next year. That's as far as I can think of.
Yeah. So I'm curious about you saying you're going to write your autobiography. Because I must admit, I'm a great autobiography reader. I love reading autobiographies.
Yeah.
One of my favourite just recently is Chris Evans's autobiography.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
You've got to read it.
I bet a lot of people told you look like
Oh, they say you look like Chris Evans's dad. You know,
Not his
He's
dad.
not much younger than me. He's only about 4 years behind me.
We could be twins.
Oh, we could be twins, and I do like him actually. I do think he's actually done a lot. And when you read what he's written, he's very honest and very open about himself. Although his autobiography at the moment only goes up to the point where he's actually took over and bought Virgin Radio, so it's still yet to be the part 2 instalment.
See, I was thinking of doing that. We're the same age, me and Chris Evans.
Yeah.
We're both 44. Funny
That's
enough.
right. Yeah.
We're born the same year.
Yeah.
So we had this conversation, and I was going to do my book like that because there's so. As I'm doing the book at the moment.
Yeah.
There is so much. I don't think I'm going to get it all in one book. To be honest.
To be honest, I think you'd be better off doing two.
Part 1 and 2.
Part 1 and 2, because Chris Moores has done the same. I haven't actually not read his, but I must admit, what I liked about the what's his name, the Chris Evans's one, is he has a top 10 on each chapter. And it's the top 10 about relationships, top 10 about, obviously music was one of his, but not a lot about that, but about just life. You know, if you have an argument, the top 10, sort it out, don't sleep on it, and try not to make it happen. If it happens again, don't bring up the last one as his countdown.
Really?
Thing. And I thought that was very clever. I thought that was a nice little
Does
twist.
he mention in the book about me then? Because I'll tell you what he told me.
I tell you who he does mention a lot is Kim Wilde.
Yeah.
Because he had this big affair with Kim Wilde.
Did he?
Yeah, and he talks about the first time he snogged her was when they were doing the big breakfast, and Gabby Roslin had gone off for a holiday, and they brought Kim Wilde in, and they were doing this thing in a tent.
Stop it.
This new tent.
I've been working with Kim lately. I'm going to ask her.
You ask her the sort of... I wonder if she's read it. Well, she must have read it, because obviously through their clearance, because they use names. But they were inside this tent doing this report, and the idea was they went to a commercial break. So, of course, they're lying in this tent for like 3 minutes. And in that 3 minutes, he said, I'm going to take a shot here. Oh. And he kissed her on the lips. Literally kissed her straight on that. And they said, and that was it. It all just started off for him.
How long did they go out together?
They were only going out for about a year or so. And it was quite a heavy sort of thing. Because I think she'd come out of a long-term relationship. He obviously... he'd come out of a relationship as well, and his ego as well, because he talks about his ego. Right. It says was kind of brushed. Everything was going fantastic. He had TFI Friday going. He had the big breakfast going. People were in demand, and now he bought his first Ferrari for 45 grand, and he then sort of said this was the pinnacle of it, and he was looking forward to the Christmas party, and she was coming to the Christmas party. And she dumped him on the phone before he turned up for the Christmas party, because everybody's there. When's Kim coming? When's Kim coming? Yeah. And of course she never turned up because she dumped him. Yeah. So no, it's a really, really good read. I
think some of the best books are when they're real honest, and it's like when you read it, it's like you can't wait to turn the page. It's like watching a movie. You just can't wait to turn that page.
And I'll tell you another good autobiography to have a read of what's his name? Eric Clapton.
Really?
Now, there is an autobiography that he wrote everything all in one go, what a life and what a scenario this guy was living with a drug addiction, the fact that he loved another woman, and that George Harrison
thing about his son.
It's really strange about how he talked about that, because in some ways, out of bad luck comes good luck, and the death of his son actually revitalised a career that was flagging, because he brought out the album Tears in Heaven, and again he sort of glosses over that bit, whether it was too painful to write about, but he does sort of kind of gloss over it. But he's another person you look at and you think, God, you've had it all, you've got it all, and you want to throw it away all the time. Yeah. And it sort of makes your psyche think, God, if I could just have half of what you've been having, I'll tell you. But then again, I suppose because we haven't had it in some respects, we haven't missed it. No. That's probably why we're more rounded people and probably nicer people to know. Because again,
I think it's definitely to do with your family and your friends, the people you keep close, to keep you grounded.
Yeah.
You know, the minute I remember when I was younger and I first became famous, I get a bit out of line. My mum and dad were so quick on me. Don't you start changing, love.
Yeah.
You're still from the East End. You're still our daughter, and you're not going to change. And I was like, that's really important. I'm not going to change. You know, this is what made me famous the way I am, and why should I change?
No, I agree totally. And I'll tell you what, I think you will be one of these people that would be classed as a national treasure. Oh. I've got a feeling that you're the sort of person that they would say, yeah, national treasure. Because, again, they sort of bandy this title around about a lot. And I don't know about you, they always seem to sort of like people more when they've gone. Do you know what I mean? And I think
it's a bit that tragic story about Marilyn Monroe. When she was around, everybody used to diss her in the way of saying she was stupid, she was thick, and she wasn't. She was very clever,
very intelligent.
And you know, and then when she died, then she becomes a legend.
Yeah,
the posters, the badges, the pictures.
But you always get that feeling that they're the sort of person that you'd love to meet and pluck up a friendship with. Not that you want anything from them.
Take them under their wing.
Just to sort of come out with me. We'll get you away from all this.
Say I'm a real
rubbish.
person.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that somehow, well, you're not in any danger of that, are you?
No, I surround myself with people I love and people who love me.
Oh, that's cool.
You
and
know.
I think you've got a few who love you at the moment who are chatting away in the chat room.
Oh, bless.
Anyway, listen, I'm looking at the time now. We're running out of time. Can I say what an absolute pleasure
Thanks,
it
Ginge.
has.
It's a pleasure for me too.
And also as well, we've actually recorded the show as well. So what we're going to hopefully do is we're going to play it out maybe at the weekend again, so people who haven't had a chance to listen to it can have a listen to it again.
That'd be great.
And you stay in touch. Let us know how you're getting on.
I will.
All right. And any mention of me in your autobiography, I need to see it first.
Okay, darling. Full approval.
Oh, for approval. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go out with a record which is like a local tune for you.
Okay.
From old Zanti's Dilemma. And
love Zanti Dilemma.
Costa sends his regards. I saw
How
him.
is the old fox?
Oh, he's all right. I tell you, he come up the other night. He come and sang karaoke in the place I worked the other night, and everybody was sat like open-mouthed, enthralled.
No, he's an amazing voice, and he's what a great guy.
And what a character. And he is a character of the island as well. And again, since I sort of took over looking after them, just trying to get people to appreciate the talent that they've got and to do something with it.
Well, I felt they were talented. That's why I did the song with them. You know, I just felt they were fantastic.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to play out with this track as the last track for today. Can I say once again, thank you.
You're welcome.
You to those people who've texted me, phoned us, and left little messages in the chat room. Big thank you to the Viking man. You'll have to get that too now, you know that, don't you?
Yes, I'm going to have to tell him. I'm going to tweet him now.
You're going to tweet him?
Tweet him and call him a baby.
Baby, yeah.
Big baby, you big baby. You're no Viking, you're a big baby.
We know some good tattooists here that can probably do it for him at a fraction of the cost. Okay, right,
Thanks,
so here you go.
Ginge.
Once again, thank you, my darling, and I will see you all
tomorrow. Lots of love to everyone out there. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you're such a star. I love you. I can see you on EastEnders, I really can. Right, okay.
Pint love. Gin and tonic.
Yeah, that's it. We get you behind the bar. There you go.
Come and get it.
Come and get it. Anyway, going out with this. See you tomorrow.
See ya.